Hi everyone, out you all, this is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Big up the CoinsKid crew. Thank you to each and every single one of you, okay? So yesterday I did a live stream. I've got a bit of a cold at the minute, so I do apologise, but I'm trying to get as much work out as I can for you because I'm getting so many messages. Please can you update this and please can you update that? So I did a live stream yesterday, about 3 hours long. I got a bit carried away with myself. So there's some brilliant altcoin gems in there, some that you do really need to pay attention to. Again, nothing I say is financial advice, but there's some absolute little beauties in there. The video length was about 3 hours, so I do apologise about that. I need to find a way. If anyone can suggest a way of me time stamping it automatically or a process, because I'm new to all this kind of streaming business, then yeah, please do write in the comments, because obviously I just want to timestamps that people can go to the particular tokens and projects instantly by clicking a little link in the description. So yeah, but so far so good. With Bitcoin, it's a Bitcoin video, I do apologize, but Bitcoin's doing everything it needs to for continuation. Okay, you ran into a level of resistance, which was a 1618, which I told you at 55k. Knob absolutely hit that on the dollar. That was amazing. And right now it's coiling up for continuation, because you are in massive bullish patterns here. Okay, and like I said to you, the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away, and right now you are in patterns that give upside targets. Okay, so I'm going to show you those particular patterns. One is this particular level of resistance just here, just there for Bitcoin. Okay, where you create a massive monster cup and handle pattern. You could say that that's your level of resistance just there, but it's a big cup and handle pattern basically. And with that, you did come back, you've created this beautiful handle, which, like I said to you, is a falling wedge, which has a reversal target. And once you break the level of resistance, you come up, you always get a level of resistance at each touch of the height of the wedge. So remember that going forward. When you basically break out of falling wedge, just like you broke out of this falling wedge here, you ran into each touch and level of resistance of the wedge. That's how it works. Okay, and Cardano is going through exactly the same process right now. It's literally broken out, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. It's broken out and it's retracing to the points of resistance in the wedge. Okay, so that's technical analysis 101, and you can see that pretty much just there, that's where it ran into a low resistance, coiled up, broke out, and just there you just got a little bit beyond the high, and potentially this is where you're going to find support in this swing high. Okay, and the neckline of this big cup and handle pattern, if worst case scenario, if you do start to lose support of that, you roll over it and you support this trend line here, because this trend line just here is lots of things. Okay, it's a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern, okay, which I was telling you about when Bitcoin was collapsing down here. As a future play, you're going to be looking at a monster inverse head and shoulders pattern, and it's equally a bump and run pattern, which is a reversal pattern as well. But usually with bump and runs, when you break the resistance, you do tend to come back to the support of that particular resistance that you broke as support for continuation. So yeah, your technical targets, right? So right now you're in a technical target of a cup and handle, because you've broken out the level of resistance, the neckline of a cup and handle. Look, and I'm seeing this on so many charts, and I've seen this in 2017 as well, when we hit that wave 4 correction, when we came back, we created a massive cup and handle. I mean, there's so many projects that created that particular pattern. Dash is one of those. XRP, numerous projects have created these cup and handle patterns, and with that we got the break, and that's what led to that sort of parabolic mania sort of rise, that run there, for the bull run of 2017 to 18. So right now you're broken that level of resistance just there. So your technical target that you're in right now, like I said to you, the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. So you're looking at a 76k, 76,122 as a price tag. Yeah, so also equally you've got this low there to there, because that's the neckline of a bump and run pattern. So you're broken out this bump and run pattern just there. So you're now also in a technical target around about 78,549. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good until you fall back through this level of support that you've broken the resistance of. Okay, so for example, if you start to roll over and you lose these support targets right now, this is where you roll over and you have something called a throwback, and this is effectively a fake out, pretty much like this was here when we was expecting this dump here of this head and shoulders pattern. I think, yeah, that's it, just there. We lost that head and shoulders pattern, didn't we? And every technical analysis had the same target as myself. We was looking at I think around about a 37k price tag, around about there, yeah, which was that swing low, wasn't it, when we lost that support? You'd be looking at that swing low around about 37k, but Bitcoin was that strong that it actually bounced off the really important level of support just here, which I did cover in a video. but I took my eyes off the ball, didn't I? You know, and that's unfortunate. I do apologise, but it bounced off the pi cycle top indicator, which indicates that you are in a bull market. Okay, you only have to look at the history that once you break out of these levels of resistance, you know, once you roll over, this is a pi cycle top indicator, and this particular orange line here is the 111-day moving average. And you can see that any time, if I put it on the daily, we are on a daily, you can see in the previous bull market, it absolutely indicated the pi cycle top to the top. Look at that, amazing. So we're looking for that again. I do think it will come, you know, and that for me is your exit signal. But again, not financial advice, because it called this top, this top that we've just had here, and you rolled. But right now, you know, when we start to push onwards and upwards, which we're projecting to go upwards. Obviously, we've got our technical targets to the upside. We've got our Fibonacci extension targets we've had for many moons as well. And as we start to sort of approach that, then you'll start to see this orange line cross this green line like it did here. And wherever it crosses, that signifies the absolute pi cycle top. It's ingenious, okay? Because look, it called that one the previous bull market top, and it called this wave 3 top just here that we've just gone through, had this wave 4 correction. And right now, as we progress, okay, and we start to get back above this green line as well, this is where you're going to see that sort of parabolic mania run up top. Okay, because we've got a lot of work to do, obviously, but we're in technical targets to the upside. So, you know, our technical target, as we sort of push up here, we could actually start to get back above this green line, which is a 350-day moving average. And once we do that, sort of fall back into its support, hold it like we did here, come up, back into its support, hold it, and this is your parabolic mania, you know, phase that I do expect is going to come for Bitcoin, that will potentially take us up to that 200k, which has been our target for many moons now. So it's all good, you know. I think I did say that we're broken out of this level of resistance just here, we're broken out of this level of resistance just here, and we fell back in to the pi cycle top. Okay, the 110, look at it as support, amazing, support, okay, making high lows, we bounced off it and we're breaking out. Okay, so it's all good, it's doing exactly what it did here. Okay, you found the support, and then what happened? You start to break out, and you never look backwards here. And round about the same time last year as well. Okay, went through rectember, went sideways, started to making high lows, supported by the 111-day, and then we broke out, and we never ever came back to it. Okay, we absolutely melted faces, and you know, like I said to you, you're in technical targets to the upside, so it's looking extremely good here, and extremely bullish for crypto. So that's basically Bitcoin. It's looking really good. It's just a little update for you today to just to reassure you that everything is looking rosy. Okay, but like I said to you, you're not going to go up in a straight line forever. You don't want to. You want to slow down. You want to have these little retracements like this, slow down. But eventually, I think the next leg up here for Bitcoin is going to be really explosive, and I do potentially see us testing this all-time high by the end of the month, you know, and potentially come November, I do think we will be pushing up towards that 77k, 78k price tag there that we've got laid down in the channel so far. So, I mean, even on the daily time frame here, I can see this is forming one big horizontal. You know, it's looking really tidy, and potentially you are breaking out of a horizontal bull flag just there. Look at that. So you've got that level of resistance just there for Bitcoin. Got to come back on yourself, and right now your resistance you're starting to break out. But what we're looking for is an ABC correction. If this is a wave 2, okay, because I do think that this is wave 1 basically. We've come up in this monster wave 1 like that, and right now we're looking for a wave 2. Okay, so like we've just gone through that ABC correction of that larger wave 2, you know, you could potentially be looking for a potential. I reckon this one will take us to 77k, this wave 3, wave 4, and then your wave 5, probably 107k, like that. That's what I'm looking at, and that's just one wave of 5 that are taking us up to 200k in my opinion for Bitcoin. But again, nothing I say is financial advice, so this is what I'm looking at. But right now, this wave 2, as we did this is a larger wave 2 that we just went through. But look on the daily time frame, I'll explain it to you. Okay, so look, this particular correction that we've just gone through here was a wave 2. It was A, B, C. Okay, so let me show you. This is what I'm looking at until I'm not. So right now, I think that what we're doing is we've had wave 1 off here, right? We're putting wave 2, and right now that's our wave 3 to 107k. I do think we're going to come back, and then I think we've got a massive wave 5 that's taking us to 200k. This has always been my plan. Okay, it's always been what I've been looking at. It is until it isn't, you know. And we've held structure for this continuation in this particular play as well. So far so good. It's looking amazing. You know, and they say that you shouldn't cry on dips, you should buy on dips. So far Bitcoin looks as though it's potentially breaking out. But what I'm looking for in this wave 2, okay, because wave 2, like I said to you, there can be a kind of a nasty little correction like the one we've just gone through here was at A, B, C. So you put in the low, a high, which was low high, then a low, and you broke out basically. So it was an ABC correction. Okay, so right now potentially if we come up here and we start to reject at this low, this high, sorry, this way you could come down and put in a lower low. And I do think that this particular trend line here could act as a really key level support. This is 4-hourly time frame. You're bouncing off to 10. So bullish. It's so bullish. You know, I did do an update in the live stream yesterday. I would have liked to have seen a bounce off this yellow line, which is a 20 EMA on the 4 hour, because we've got it just there. You know, these EMAs are acting as support as well. Please remember that. Draw them in your charts. You know, if you start to see the loss of the blue line, which is a 10, you do usually come down to the yellow line. You know, if you do start to see that loss as well, then you do come down to the red line. We are getting a little bit overextended here. Look at the gap between the 20 and the 55. It's getting a little bit overextended on the 4 hour. So potentially this could be an ABC. I wouldn't get too excited yet. We might not actually break this high at the moment. You could be putting an A, B, C correction of this particular wave 2 that we're looking at here for LE wave theory. So yeah, unless we break that high, I do think you potentially come a little bit lower, potentially down to this yellow line, get a little kiss off it. But if you do start to fall through that, you've got this trend line here, you know, which is your larger trend line of a cup and handle, inverse head and shoulders, and a bump and run pattern, you know, which you do usually come back to as support once you break out of them. You know, if you look on the 4 hourly, absolutely melted through this level of resistance, coiled up, melted through. So potentially you put in the ABC of a wave 2, come back down, that could be a really nice level of support, and then you break out. You know, it's potentially what I'm looking at if you fail to break this high just there. Okay, but if we do break this high, obviously you've got impulsive wave targets, which I've given you in other videos here for Bitcoin moving forward. But if we have broken this right now and we have put in a corrective phase, your next leg up, where you know, a level of resistance would be 57,363. So if you break this high just here, okay, at 55793, you would have a little long trade of around about 2.67 on Bitcoin, and that would be your technical target of an impulsive wave that you actually be in once you break this high. Okay, but for me, just keep an eye on it, because you're potentially looking at some kind of A, B, C structure right here, wave 2 correction, before we continue at that monster wave 3, which I do think it's going to push us up to that 77k and break that all-time high there for Bitcoin. That's basically Bitcoin. It's looking extremely good, extremely powerful, extremely strong, extremely bullish. Take care everyone, back to an update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.